We're rolling. Okay. This is a chicken mansion. What is up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. So it is late October right now. As you can probably tell, it's really cold here in Vermont. It's like 32 degrees this morning. So that's not stopping us though, because we have to build a chicken coop. Our chickens have been living at our other house for the whole last over a month that we've been living here. So the time is ticking for us to build them a coop at this house so that we can actually move them over here. So let's get started on that project. So the first part of the project for the chicken coop is actually going to be preparing the ground and leveling it with the tractor so that we can have a level work site to start to build the coop. Morning, guys. So we have the exterior of the coop all framed out. So our next steps are that we are laying the wood on the roof to begin the roofing portion.
So we just did the roof and we made this little spacer. We did this so that way we could easily align all of the roof beams, which is a lot easier than actually measuring them while you're up there.
So whenever we're building a chicken coop, the most important thing to us is that it is tall enough for us to walk around without bending over or crouching down. This makes doing everything that we need to do in the chicken coop much easier, from cleaning it out and refilling the food and the water. So we always try to build our chicken coop with as much vertical space as possible.
As you can see, we also don't really like to build rectangular structures. So we tend to just lay out 2x4s on the ground in something that looks relatively pleasing. And then we'll level everything, square it up from there. A while ago, we actually built this curved beam with our sawmill by slicing wood really thin and then screwing and gluing it together while it was under tension. That left us with this nice, supportive, curved piece of wood.
So right here is where the door of the chicken coop is going to go. And then the rest of this wall and the wall right next to it are going to be wood sided with some siding that we have already milled from our sawmill. The other remaining walls, as well as the roof of the chicken coop, is going to be galvanized steel chicken wire. We like to do this because it allows the chickens to really get exposed to all the weather and the elements. Of course, they're going to have their little coop inside where they actually lay eggs and sleep, and that'll be covered with a metal roof so they can get out of the elements if they want to. But building it in this way allows the chickens to really be outside while still being protected from any predators or anything. We are now moving on to what is probably the most difficult and tedious part of this chicken coop build, which is attaching the galvanized chicken wire to all of the frame. all of the chicken wire portion of the chicken coop build. We had a tree that was right in the corner of where we wanted to build the coop. So we decided just to keep it here because we thought it would kind of add a cool, unique aspect to the chicken coop. And then we didn't have to cut down a tree for no reason. So we actually just cut a hole in the wire where the tree is. So now the chickens will have a tree right in their chicken coop. So we intentionally designed the walls of the chicken coop to be exactly 4 feet apart because that's how wide the roll of the chicken wire is. So the section in the middle is exactly 4 feet, and then for the top we used the extra wire from the roof and just kind of folded it over to make the top part of the wire wall. And then in the bottom you'll see we actually have a lot of extra. So we did this intentionally because what we're actually going to do is put rocks and dirt and just basically build this, bury it into the ground. And we have that on all sides. So what this does is that it actually helps protect the chicken coop from predators being able to dig in. Because if we just ended the chicken wire right at the bottom piece of wood, then a fox or something could easily just dig right next to the chicken coop and then get into the coop. So this actually helps add an extra layer of protection against predators. So the next step in our chicken coop build is that we are starting to put the pieces of siding up on the walls. 2 of the walls are going to be wood sided while the rest are going to be wire. So the chicken coop is nice and open. Alright guys, so this is our progress on the chicken coop so far. Yesterday we finished putting up all of the wire, and then today we started on the siding. So we have these 2 little sections all sided over here, and then we started on this side. As you can see, we decided to take the spacer that we had built for the pieces of wood on the roof and just turn it into a window, which we think is such a fun little addition to the chicken coop. So this is where the window is going to go. We also built out the door frame here. So we just need to go and get a little bit more wood to finish off this little section of wall here and then build the door here. After that, we're really on the home stretch. We'll just have to bury the extra pieces of chicken wire on the outsides of the perimeter. And then I think we're just about ready to go get our chickens and their little house and move it over here. So now that we have the siding done on this whole side of the chicken coop, which is where the door is going to go, our next step is to frame out the door and then build that. finished the siding on the front of our chicken coop. We also finished the door. We added this super cool handle. So for the door, we made sure to use one singular piece from above where the door is, and then on the door and below where the door is. This really helps to keep a cohesive look, and in our opinion, makes the whole chicken coop just look super elevated. So I added chicken wire to the inside of where this window is, so it's all nice and secure. So there's really only two main steps that we have left. One of them is to take the saw and cut off the excess pieces of the boards at the top, which is going to be a really pleasing step because it's just going to create a straight line along the roof. And then the other step is to fill in dirt on top of the excess chicken wire at the bottom of the coop. Once we do these things, we're ready to get our chickens and show them their new house. So we completed the step of burying all of the excess chicken wire underneath a bunch of soil and rocks. So we're on to the very last step, which is assembling the coop for our chickens to sleep and lay eggs in inside of the chicken house. What's up, guys? We are at our other house this morning to finally get our chickens from here and bring them over to our new house. So we're just doing a couple of last minute finishing touches, like finishing the walls on the chicken house, as well as putting up the metal roof that we are reusing from their last chicken house.
So we just finished up their little house for now. It's a little door, so we can clean it out. We threw some shavings in there. We have this latch, so we can really easily, close it up. That's how we'll get the eggs for now. We'll eventually build them an egg box. Because they're protected, they just have this open door. Nothing's gonna get to them at night. We designed this so not even a chipmunk can get in here. So, this is kind of their situation right now. The food is under here, protected from the rain. We added this little roost. So now it's time to release these little chickens. you girls think?
So the very last step of what we did on the chicken coop was to take little pieces of strapping and line them on the outside where the two pieces of chicken wire overlap so that we could sandwich them together and just make a cleaner look. Welcome to our completed chicken coop. On the front, we have our window. So on the front door, we have the wooden handle, and then we used this latch that we had in our last chicken coop to make it a really secure door. So for the hinges on the door, we made these so that the door would open in a specific way, and we used threaded rod to make the hinges. Within the chicken palace, we have their little house where they sleep and lay their eggs. We intentionally created a vertical door on this chicken house with a latch right here so that it would be really easy to access the eggs and especially to clean out their house. So for the warmer months, we will have their water hanging from this hook here, but for the winter, we have their water on a heated pad so that it doesn't freeze. We keep their food inside of their chicken palace in this bin, so it's protected from any other critters, but it's really easy to access and to refill their food. And then we also have the tree that we decided to just incorporate into their chicken house. It's really nice seeing them peck little bugs and stuff off of the tree. And we added a little layer of protection at the top of the tree so that the chicken wire wouldn't rub against it and damage the tree. So from the inside of their house is where you can really admire the curved beam that we used as the main beam for the front of the house. And we really love this element of the chicken coop. Well, that wraps up the tour of our chicken palace. We hope that you guys enjoyed coming along the whole journey of this build with us. We had so much fun building this, and we'll see you guys on the next video.